Audio Jungle.
Welcome to the Music Journey Season 2. My name is Blessing Blechimanga and I'm so happy to be with you today. And like I said, Season 2, I'm so honored to be interviewing and talking to some of my brothers and sisters across the world, especially that right now I'm on tour. And today, I'm in India. And today, I'm joined by the one and only, somebody I call my brother, an established singer-songwriter, musician, producer, based in Chennai, India. Ladies and gentlemen, a drum roll for Nawabzada of Arcot. Welcome, brother.
Thank you so much, Blessing. It's a privilege and my pleasure to be with you always.
Thank you. It's so good to be with you, and today we have actually had the privilege to shoot this episode in your studio. And I would like to actually start the storyline around there. What took you into music? What's your story with music?
I don't know how and when it started. I think it just started when I was small and just started playing the keys, and then there was some kind of a feel-good factor when I started playing music. And then as I was growing up, I understood that music doesn't have any language as such, but it can speak all the languages. So that's what brought me to love the idea of making music, and I listened to all kinds of music. So that gave me a chance to just explore different kinds of genres. And because when I make music, it's not like one particular kind of genre. Well, of course, it's like the base is Indian. But what made me close towards the idea of making music, I think it connects with people and it brings people in a beautiful way. So that's what I feel music can do the wonders.
Wow. And I've just been doing my research on your journey, and congratulations for the 2 million views that we have on the special song that you just released a couple of years ago. Tell me more, what drove you to write that song? And just for our viewers, we're going to play that song on the break, but just for our viewers to know, what is the song about and what drove you to write that song?
See, the song is called Raste,
Right.
and in Hindi, Raste means path.
Right.
So as I was saying, it does bring people together. So this song talks about achieving your goals, walking on the path with all the courage and with confidence, but of course in a poetic way. So that's a song about to go in life, move on in life with all the courage and try to reach your destination with people along with you. It's a beautiful journey of life. So that's what the whole song talks about, and I'm fortunate that it's touched many people, and many people have liked it and have seen it, and it feels good when people appreciate your work and you can understand what you've done.
Wow.
It's a nice feeling.
One of the questions we ask on this show, my brother, every time we have a guest, is about their journey, including their families. You come from a very important family, and I'd love to know, how was their approach and appreciation to you taking music as well? I mean, I come from Africa, of course, I come from Zimbabwe, and the day you choose to want to be a musician, it's always a war. Was it like that for your family? How did the big man take it when you said you want to do some music right there?
I think in our family, I think it's all actually chilled out. So there is
Okay.
no such strict rules and regulations when I was small. I mean, I was free to choose anything I wanted to do in terms of music or sports or studies. The thing is, here in the palace, we encourage a lot of events and programs where we can bring people together and also promote art and culture.
Right.
So that has always been the norm of the palace, and even today we invite a lot of bands from across the world to come here and perform. And the most special of the bands till now is this person called Blessing Blechimanga. So that was, I'm serious, it's one of the best finest events we had, the energy you bring is amazing.
Thanks.
So that's how I got into music, and I never thought that I'd make songs. It was always about listening and understanding different genres and ideas. And family-wise, my dad is a fantastic singer,
Oh, wow.
and he plays the piano. And there is music in the family already. So I think just went with the flow, and people don't usually plan to the dot what's going to happen. You just try your hard work, and things fall in place, and it's all like in God's grace that things have fallen in place.
Wow. Wow. And looking at you and your journey, I've also realized that you're behind so many upcoming and should I say also becoming successful artists. And most of your songs, you've featured young artists. There's one song that you did over just at the end of the COVID period that featured amazing young man doing some hip hop right there. Is this one of your passions in terms of pushing young musicians and bringing them into the light? What's your feeling when you collaborate with other artists?
See, the idea of meeting other artists and in appreciating their work, I think forms the basis of you being a good human being.
Okay.
So I have always composed and presented my music to many artists who are many of them were man of the artist of the month on MTV, Channel V. My cousin, my relative by name Lucky Ali. So he was in the late 90s, early 2000s. I made a lot of songs for him, and it was on MTV, Channel V, and all that. And the song you're talking about, it's Stand Up and Unite. That features my dear brother Blase. And so So when you meet people, when you meet other musicians, it's never about a competition with me, or it shouldn't be with any artist or any band. It should always be complementing each other,
Right.
working together to make the world a better place. And music together, we can do that.
Wow. Well, thank you for sharing that. Before we go on the break, it's so amazing how you are this man in the society and also this man in the music industry. How have you balanced the two? You are invited in so many spaces as, the son to the prince, and you're also this big producer behind so many projects. How have you balanced it?
Very good question. Many people have asked that. So what happens? See, at one side we have this royalty and my duties and my responsibilities and my family and being official and all that. That's kind of work and family, or it's inbuilt. One side is my passion, where you said you got to play the PS5 to release your energy. So what I do is I make music, and I also am a quiz master, or
Right.
you say a quiz host. So when I'm invited to official events and political events and educational events and very serious events, believe it or not, when I go there after my speech or talk or whatever it is, presentation, when I sing a song to them, or when I play a piano to them, or when I do a quiz to them, the whole ambience relaxes. So that's what life is all about. You can't be stiff all the time. You need to relax. So this is what relaxes and neutralizes everything, or I would say equalizes life. It has to be a balance. So this is the balance I do.
Wow. Ladies and gentlemen, this is a man of humility, a man of great stature. And as Music Journey and Dreams TV, we are honored to be sitting beside him and having this conversation. He can actually be these two people and still produce the best. We'll see after the break, but on the break, we're going to play you this amazing video from none other than Swallow.
रास्ते मुझको लेके आ गए हैं, अब कहाँ मुझको देते हैं ये मंजिल के निशान। रास्ते मैं तो छूने को चला हूँ आसमान। रास्ते मुझको लेके आ गए हैं, अब कहाँ।
Ladies and gentlemen, amazing. If you have not followed this man, go and press subscribe on his YouTube channel. Go follow him on all his social media platforms. Let's support such gifting. And like I said, I'm honored that I get to hang out with him. I get to call him my brother. I get to see his projects sometimes before they've come to you. There's a song coming called Money. That's coming very soon. We're going to talk about it just now. And watch out. It's going to be amazing. You've already touched a bit about this in the first half, but another question for you is, what inspires you? What gets you to write? For me, I have to be in the flight. I have to be in the air to write. What do you have to do for you to write new music?
People like you. Believe it or not, when I meet... Okay, before that, when we met, I think it's most important for me to connect with the person, to become free with them and to accept them. I think it worked mutually with us. I think when we met the first time a few years back, it's the energy you have. It's the love and affection with which you come forward, and that's what I think appealed to me, my family, and now we are brothers. I'm most comfortable with you, and more than that, the inspiration, the energy which comes from people, that inspires me to make music or write something about it. Or I think it's all about the mood. I think what mood you are in. I think when you are with good people, when you are with nice people, is one of the reasons to make music for me.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow, that's awesome, and that's right. Actually, before I say what I say, thank you so much. That is an honor for even to say it on air. I really don't take it for granted. And you're right. I mean, I don't know how many times you've called me on a WhatsApp video call when there's so many different artists in the studio, and you're in this bubbling state, and we know that from there something is being produced. Let's talk about the intercultural sound between India and the world. Do you think that you as a producer, you as a musician, you play a pivotal role in addressing certain issues that the world is going through? And do you think that as artists we have that platform to do more?
Okay, before I answer this question, let me tell you that our connect, though we don't have a direct connect with Africa, but for me personally and to my wife, we have something which draws us to Africa.
Okay.
Right from my childhood, I liked everything about the continent, the people, the culture, the music, your whole idea of Africa, and most importantly, the warmth of the people there. I mean, the love and affection of the African people. I think when you're talking about music and how it appeals to different people geographically, you're asking if I'm right.
Yeah.
Definitely, those people of that land will understand their music the best. So it's very tricky to break that barrier and make them understand your music, right? But when you draw kind of a balance between that music and this music, like for example, if I take Indian music to Africa, if I play the authentic traditional Indian music, you're not going to understand.
Right.
So likewise, if you play the traditional folk African, little difficult to understand. But I think there is some kind of a flavor of world music comes in, right? So this is my belief. I may be right or wrong. So when you put that world music flavor as a spice to your music, I think it connects to people. I think that's what we have to do.
Right.
We have to play around a little bit to showcase your culture, because I think it's very important today to bring people together, to understand each other, and the best medium is music.
Music. Yeah.
Definitely yes.
Yeah.
I always say that.
Wow.
Because the idea of living is peace of mind, and your peace of mind comes when you're together, when you love each other, not hate each other. And I always believe that ignorance, it creates fear, and fear creates hatred. And this I said in one of my speeches, that hatred will create refugees. So when you come back, work backwards, remove the base of ignorance. And how do you remove that? Understand each other. How do you understand each other? Come together. And the best medium is music.
Wow. Well, there's a lot of nuggets of wisdom from what you have just said. And I think if you were me, I'm going to repeat this moment and this couple of sentences that this man said. As long as we are together, there is life. And to close the program, my brother, my last question will be, there's a young man, young lady in India, around Asia, around Africa, who's most probably watching this episode. And it's like, one day I want to be a producer like you, or does it have to be to do with my background? What can I do? I want to make it. What would be your words of not inspiration, but action words? In this show, we believe in action. We want them to finish this episode and do that thing for them to become better in whatever that they do. What would be your action word to somebody watching?
I just like to say one thing. Don't worry what people say. Do what you want to do. Do what you have to do. Life will find its way. Never think negative. If it happens, it's going to happen. Just do it. And do things which are legal. That's about it.
Wow. Well, thank you so much, bro. Thank you for your time.
Thank you.
Thank you for allowing us to be here. Me and the band, we've had an awesome day hanging out with this amazing man and the family, and of course getting to talk about having this episode of Music Journey. We hope you were inspired. We hope you were uplifted. We hope you were given a hope for the future. You were given light for your path, and definitely, like the action word he gave you, don't let people pull you down. What you believe, you got it inside of you, go for it. My name is Blessing Blechimanga on behalf of Dreams TV and the crew behind the scenes. It's a wrap for Music Journey Episode 2, Season 2 with the one and only.
Thank you. It's a pleasure.